Such a rich history in baseball as we talk with the man who sees talent as a scout for the Detroit Tigers, but much more than that when we speak with Murray Cook. Murray, you and I were just talking about the evolution of Perfect Game, how Jerry Ford founded it in the snowbanks, basically, of Iowa to get the kids out and get them exposed to colleges. It's been an interesting run. Take me back to your early days seeing Perfect Game events.
Well, it was done for the scouts, so he could expose the kids in Iowa who did not have any high school baseball, and so we set up a big showcase event before the draft, and we got to see everybody. It was great.
And now, so much bigger. Oh. I mean, here we are in 20 years.
Yeah, and it's such a short time, really, to have grown like it has. It's grown exponentially, and just it's been terrific. It's a terrific venue for so many kids here in the States.
How many years have you given to this game?
Can't remember back that far, hardly. I think this is my 52nd or 3rd year. Depends on how you count them.
And the best part about this game, number one, this game, despite if you listen to some experts, is far from boring. And I feel the same way about my time in the game. Your time in the game has been far from boring. I'd like to speak with you about some of your experiences as a general manager and some of your fabulous memories to enlighten the people that are watching this. First of all, what stands out working for George Steinbrenner in New York?
That was one of the less memorable things. No, he gave me my first chance to be a GM, and I like to say about George, he was omnipresent. He was his own best GM. He was his own best PR director. He was his own best farm director. But he sure heightened your sense of awareness about everything around him. You had to be aware of everything that was going on, and to sit in the office next to him was really quite an experience. And you learn a lot from adversity, just as well as you do from good times. And we weren't very good when I was there. The team wasn't very good, but I like to think we all, those of us who were there at the time, helped build it for the future.
In a pair of degrees of separation, I was fortunate for several years to do play-by-play in Arizona with Joe Garagiola, who's very dear friends with Yogi. Yogi was the manager that you hired. What was your relationship like with Yogi in a unique circumstance as he replaced Billy yet again?
Yeah, well, of course I didn't hire him. George hired him.
I understand.
But, yeah, I had not known Yogi before I got there, and I got to do a lot of events over the winter with him after we hired him, and then before spring training. And he was like a little gnome, as you know, and just a wonderful guy. And I really think all the malaprops that he comes up with, I really think they're not by design. He's known for many, as you know, but he was just a terrific guy. I mean, really much brighter than a lot of people give him credit for as far as his baseball acumen.
Montreal was an interesting time because what is mentioned are some of the players that had to go because of the budget, but the players that came in, Pascual Perez and Dennis Martinez, the challenges of trading Gary Carter, a unique time for you north of the border.
And actually we had money because Charles Bronfman, the owner, who is as good an owner as you'll ever find, he didn't mind spending the money. He just wanted to make sure you let him know what you were doing, but he didn't hold back. And we did. The people that they had signed before I got there, I mean, just all his Valentines, the Cromartys, the Parishes, and the Carters, and Dawsons, and Rains. I mean, wow. It was a all-star team right there. And so that was probably my favorite time in baseball, that 3 years that I was there. He was Charles Bronfman was great. John McHale was the president who had hired me, and he was terrific. And we were just starting to build it again because they had kind of fallen on hard times a couple of years before I got there. But it was a great experience.
None of us around this game can stop our thoughts for too long on any one subject as it moves so quickly. But I will ask you, wouldn't it be fun to have baseball again in Montreal?
Yeah, very definitely. No question. They need a new stadium. The Olympic Stadium was just not built for baseball. It was built for the Olympics. Just too big. It was like a big old cavern. But the fan base there is enthusiastic. I mean, they just love baseball. What happened was, though, a lot of the English-speaking people had moved out by the time I got there. When they had a thing with the Parti Québécois, they had come into power and Francofied everything in Montreal. But it's pretty much settled down now, I think. And last spring they had 2 exhibition games there, drew over 80,000 fans, and it was. I wasn't there, but apparently it was wonderful again to see everybody out there. It would be neat to see baseball there again.
And what are your memories of Cincinnati as a general manager?
We helped build a pennant winner there and a World Series champion in 1990. We were only there 2 years. I say we, the people that came in with me there, and but we put some pieces in place that helped them win in 1990. Bob Quinn, who succeeded me, brought in 2 or 3 other pieces that really made a difference. And I love Cincinnati. I'd grown up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is to me a Midwestern town, and then Cincinnati much the same way. And it's got such a rich baseball history. Both cities do, and it was just I've never been anywhere that I didn't enjoy it.
And Murray, after 50-plus years, you were counting them for us earlier. Do you still love sitting and watching young, talented players?
Yeah, I was at an event the other night, and I was remarking that not only being at the ballpark, it's hard to call watching a ball game work, as we know, but the relationships you develop with the other scouts, with the other people in baseball, are the things I treasure probably the most. And as old as I am, I've developed relationships with a lot of guys over the years. But it's now it's a lot of young scouts, a lot of young people, and I enjoy being around because it keeps you young.
Murray Cook, thank you very much.
Daron, thank you. Fun to be with you.